Something is broken in your life right now, and you have been trying to fix it the wrong way for years. Not because you are weak, not because you are unlucky. It is because everyone around you taught you the wrong relationship with pain, and nobody ever taught you the right one. There is a completely different way to relate to the problems piling up on your desk, in your relationships, in your bank account, and it has nothing to do with fixing them faster. It has everything to do with understanding what they actually are. Once you see this, you cannot unsee it. Stay with me for the next few minutes, because this will change how you handle every hard moment for the rest of your life. Maybe it is a job that fell apart, a relationship that went quiet, a health scare, or a bank account that never seems to recover. Whatever shape your problem takes right now, the way out is not the way most people were taught to look for it. If you have not subscribed yet, now is a good time to do that. And if this kind of content resonates with you, hitting like helps this channel reach more people who need to hear it. A well-known Brazilian physician and speaker named Ilya Ribeiro built an entire career on one simple idea. Problems are not enemies. They are teachers. They are the raw material your mind uses to grow stronger, wiser, and more aware. Every challenge you face is an invitation to become a slightly different version of yourself, one that can handle a little more than before. Most people never hear that idea, so they spend their whole lives treating problems like punishment. They act as if some invisible force singled them out for suffering, as if life made a mistake and dropped the wrong situation on their doorstep. That belief feels true in the moment, but it is not accurate. A problem is not a punishment. It is a signal that something in your life is shifting, and shifting almost always feels uncomfortable before it feels good. Think about what happened to Japan and Germany after the Second World War. Both countries were leveled. Cities in ash, economies gutted, entire generations facing hunger, grief, and ruins that stretched for miles. By any reasonable measure, those nations should have stayed broken for a century. Instead, something else happened. Leaders and ordinary citizens treated the devastation as raw fuel rather than a life sentence. They rebuilt from nothing, poured resources into education, precision manufacturing, and technology. And within a few decades, both countries stood among the strongest economies on the planet. The destruction did not doom them. It became the soil their recovery grew out of. You can find the same pattern at the level of a single life, not just a nation. Think of anyone you know who lost a job they thought was permanent, only to end up building something better a few years later. Or someone who went through a breakup that felt like the end of the world at the time, and later called it the best thing that ever happened to them. None of them saw the gift while they were inside the wreckage. They only saw it once they were standing on the other side, looking back. Science backs up this pattern too, not just history. A Nobel Prize winning chemist named Ilya Prigogine spent years studying what he called dissipative structures. His research showed that when an open system gets disturbed enough, it does not just fall apart. It often reorganizes itself at a higher, more complex level of order. Your brain works the same way. When you run into a real problem, you get pushed out of your comfortable automatic patterns. That discomfort forces your mind to reorganize, adapt, and build new pathways you would never have built while everything was easy. This is why people who have been through real hardship often describe a strange kind of clarity afterward, a sharper sense of what actually matters and what never did. It is not that pain is good in itself. It is that pain, handled well, forces a kind of growth that comfort never demands from you. In other words, the problem sitting in front of you right now might be a disguised advantage. The real question is not whether problems will keep showing up in your life, because they will. The real question is how you respond when they do. Ilya Ribeiro describes 3 possible responses using a simple animal metaphor: the carp, the shark, and the dolphin. Picture the carp first. The carp sees a problem and freezes. It treats the difficulty as something bigger and stronger than itself. So it hides, shrinks, and waits for time to sort things out on its own. Time rarely cooperates. While the carp waits, the problem keeps growing until it eventually swallows the carp whole. This is the mindset of a victim, the person who feels life is happening to them, and there is nothing to be done except endure it. You have probably seen this play out with someone who stays in a job they hate for a decade, telling themselves things will magically improve on their own. Or someone who avoids a difficult conversation in a relationship for so long that the small issue turns into resentment nobody can undo. Now picture the shark. The shark takes the opposite approach. It charges straight at the problem with aggression, force, and raw confrontation. Sometimes that works, but often it does not. The shark wears itself down, gets injured in the fight, and occasionally damages relationships or opportunities out of sheer anger before the dust even settles. Confrontation without wisdom is just another way of losing, only louder. This looks like the manager who explodes at their team the moment a project slips, burning trust that took years to build in a single outburst. Or the person who quits a promising path entirely the first time it gets hard, mistaking exhaustion for proof that the path was wrong. Then there is the dolphin. The dolphin does not fight the wave, and it does not hide from it either. It surfs it. The dolphin studies the shape of the problem, reads its rhythm, and uses the same energy that could have crushed it to gain speed, direction, and intelligence instead. It observes first, adapts second, and moves with a kind of calm that neither the carp nor the shark can access. The dolphin represents a more elevated state of awareness, the version of you that treats a hard situation as momentum rather than a threat. That is the mindset worth building, deliberately, one problem at a time. The obvious question is how you actually shift from carp thinking or shark thinking into dolphin thinking, especially in the middle of a moment that feels overwhelming. One of the oldest tools for that shift comes from Hawaii, a practice called Ho'oponopono. Originally, it was used by entire families and communities to resolve conflict, sitting together and working through resentment until harmony was restored between everyone involved. Over time, a simplified individual version spread around the world, one you can practice completely on your own, in your own head, in the middle of an ordinary day. At its core, it uses 4 short phrases. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. There is a well-known story that circulates in psychology and self-help circles about a Hawaiian therapist who once worked in a ward for criminally insane patients. According to that story, he never met most of the patients directly. Instead, he reviewed their files and repeated these same 4 phrases internally, taking responsibility for whatever inside himself might have contributed to the situation in front of him. Over time, according to the story, the ward changed so dramatically that it eventually closed because it was no longer needed. Whether you take that story literally or as a parable, the principle underneath it is worth taking seriously. When a problem shows up, our first instinct is almost always to look for someone or something to blame. We complain, we resist, and we get stuck replaying the unfairness of it all in our heads. Ho'oponopono asks you to do something almost uncomfortable instead. It asks you to take responsibility for everything happening around you, even when that feels irrational at first glance. Not because you literally caused every problem you face, but because the only point of control you actually have is inside your own mind. When you repeat these phrases, you are not admitting guilt. You are clearing old patterns, old memories, and old reactions that keep recreating similar problems in your life without you noticing. Think of your mind as running old programming in the background, reactions you picked up years ago from a parent, a bad breakup, or a moment you never fully processed. That old programming keeps generating the same kind of friction over and over, wearing different disguises each time. Change what is happening inside you, and what is happening around you starts to shift as well. Try this the next time something goes wrong. Instead of reacting immediately, pause. Breathe once, slowly. Then say quietly to yourself, "I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you." Repeat it as many times as you need until the tightness in your chest starts to loosen. Do this consistently and watch how situations around you start to resolve in ways you did not expect. Staying calm and steady even when life gets difficult is one of the most underrated skills a person can build. People often think of prosperity purely in terms of money, but real prosperity is closer to a state of flow, peace, and internal steadiness that money can support but never replace. That kind of steadiness starts with one small shift in the way you ask questions. Most people, when something goes wrong, immediately ask, "Why is this happening to me?" That question keeps you stuck because it assumes you are a passive target rather than an active participant in your own life. Try asking a different question instead. What is this here to teach me? What skill, boundary, or awareness is this situation asking me to develop? That single shift in phrasing moves you out of the carp's paralysis and into the dolphin's curiosity. You already have more capacity than you realize. Somewhere underneath the noise of daily frustration, there is a part of you that already knows how to heal, adapt, and grow from whatever shows up. Most people just never slow down long enough to listen to it. None of this means problems will stop showing up, and it does not mean life suddenly becomes easy. It means you stop wasting your energy fighting the wave itself and start using it to move somewhere better. So the next time a problem lands on your doorstep, pause for 1 second before you react. Notice it. Breathe. Ask what it is trying to teach you instead of asking why it is punishing you. Then choose, deliberately, to respond like the dolphin instead of the carp or the shark. Use the energy of the situation instead of getting crushed by it or wasting yourself fighting it. Practice Ho'oponopono when your mind gets loud and reactive. Keep choosing a steadier, calmer state, especially when it would be easier to spiral. Every difficult thing that reaches you is, in some form, trying to teach you something you have not learned yet. Stop treating your problems like enemies you need to defeat. Start treating them like a difficult teacher you happen to respect. They are not here to break you. They are here to build you into whoever comes next. Years from now, when you look back at the version of you struggling with this exact moment, you will probably recognize it for what it really was. The turning point you almost missed because it was dressed up as a disaster. See you in the next video. Until then,